All right, you guys, we are back. It's your boy EQ, and up next we have Tyrese goes off on Joe Budden and warns him about speaking on his divorce and calling him bitter. Shout out to Chick Smooth for the video. Man, I feel like he's been getting divorced forever. And the thing is, man, like Tyrese, I mean, I like Tyrese, but like he puts his foot in his mouth all the time with like these like super memeable moments that like you're infamous for them, but they don't put you in the best light. Like the "what more do you want from me," which is obviously classic, but it don't make you look the best, man. But yeah, enough dilly-dallying, and we're gonna jump right into the video. Again, it's entitled "Tyrese Goes Off on Joe Budden and Warns Him About Speaking on His Divorce and Calling Him Bitter." I feel like Joe isn't gonna take this like how he took the Cardi situation where he just stopped talking. He may just stop talking about him, but like it's just weird because they were literally just on a pod together.
Brother, we got a yapper of the year here, man. Somebody please get Tyrese a pen pal. Every other day, he goes on social media on a rant about his ex-wife, Samantha. Now, Tyrese has been dealing with this divorce for the last 4 years. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, man, the brother has been going through it. But when it comes to
Of course, this is definitely it's got to be one of the most stressful situations anybody could go through. Definitely.
Tyrese, you don't know when he's joking around.
But the thing is, he's doing it all publicly. That's the issue.
Or when he's serious. Sometimes Tyrese will get on social media to troll. Recently, Tyrese said he was going to quit social media, but he's still on social media going on rants every single day. Last week, Tyrese was on The Breakfast Club, and it was a very emotional interview. They spoke on Tyrese not fully healed from that whole divorce, and he also spoke on his family members that he lost. Later on that week, Joe actually went on his podcast and was a little bit insensitive to the whole situation. Not only was he joking and laughing about the situation, but he also called Tyrese bitter from the whole situation with his ex-wife.
Bitterness in what regard?
Bitter, like the Oxford definition of the word bitter. Nothing gives bitter from Tyrese.
I don't think he's bitter, but I think he's affected by his divorce.
Oh,
So
most
bitter.
definitely.
Is that bitter?
Don't necessarily gotta be bitter.
Oh man, I hate when we got to do this, man. Yo, it's bleepless, so y'all put.
Nigga, Google it, nigga.
Walk in the other room and find your fucking cocks. How about that? Google it. Bitter. I mean, I think his divorce has had a long-lasting effect.
Gotta get over. Well, today you guys know Tyrese would not pass up an opportunity to get his name in the headlines. Tyrese,
I will say this: Joe does definitely know about bitter relationships. Obviously, this was a major change for him, not just financially, but like emotionally. Like things are obviously not the same as they was. But his problem is that he took to social media to display it. So yeah, you can't be upset about the backlash when you're putting it out there yourself. You know, because at the end of the day, if you're putting out this content, because that's what people are seeing it as, they're seeing it as content. You crying and screaming on Instagram, it's just going to be content for people. They're going to break it down. They're going to parody it. It's fam. It's whatever good you thought was going to come from it was obviously not going to happen with those type of clips. It's like when he put out his audition tape for Django, which if you haven't seen it, it's a freaking classic. Definitely give it a look. Freaking weird. He definitely gave it his all though. But dude, when you put out these outbursts on social media or in these interviews, people are going to judge you for it, and it may be fucked up, you know, but like, dude, once you put it out there, it's open for consumption, and once it's open for consumption, now it's open for criticism, whether it's good or bad.
went on the whole IG live rant on Joe Budden and his ex-wife Samantha. Now, the funniest part about this whole rant is as Tyrese is talking about how his divorce is going horrible, he's also trying to give Joe Budden advice to get married. Yes, that's correct. Hey, Tyrese, let me give you a word of advice, brother. If you're trying to give somebody advice on getting married, talking about how you're getting taken to the cleaners in your divorce is not going to influence somebody to get married. Here's Tyrese going at Joe Budden for calling him out and calling him bitter. You guys get...
And also, I don't think Joe is really in a rush to get married. He's been dating this shorty for what, like 6-7 years?
In the comments below, please leave some words of encouragement for our good brother Tyrese. Push comments below.
Even though he was very inclined to give a ring to anybody back in the day, especially on like reality TV.
That's my channel. Like this video. I'll see you guys later, man.
Hey, somebody get this message to Joe Buttons.
It's funny how when it's like disrespect, all you gotta do is throw an S on like the last name. It's definitely Joe Budden.
Joe, you see that rope?
Yo, hang yourself from it?
Joe Budden. You see that rope right there to the left? See that?
Yo, why? I'm not gonna lie. He does look like one of those people that's like recording a manifesto right now. Sometimes you can clown somebody too far, fam.
Grab that rope real quick. Nah, nigga, your voice ain't deeper than mine. Shut the fuck up. I need to understand what's going on with Joe Budden's and why I keep catching strays every time anything that happens with me with the Breakfast Club. Let's run the clip back since y'all love it.
It's not just the Breakfast Club. It's any time you make one of these like clip-worthy moments. You can't be surprised when people use this for content.
Running clips back on the pod. As soon as I came on the Joe Budden podcast, I had on a green hat that looked very similar to this. As soon as like, you ain't finna come over here talking about all that spiritual Negro shit, you know what I mean, Jesus and all that bullshit with the Breakfast Club. Like, damn, nigga, like, everything all right? Joe, I actually know you. I know you and I know Melissa Ford.
And he knew them when they was down. Obviously, Tyrese for a long time was way more up. So it's like, he's probably seeing them as like, who are these people to like try to clown me? Because in his head, he is the movie star.
I've done too many turn-ups with Joe Budden. Like, that's my nigga, so I thought. He's also the nigga that I thought of all of the people in all of these pods. There's so many niggas, I said it on your show. It's a lot of niggas that try to jump in this pod game because of the success of Joe and Drink Champs and all the above. And then you just see a lot of niggas come and go. But of all of the people with radio shows, social media, and pods, Joe Budden happens to be the biggest fucking uber R&B fan of all the niggas in the game.
Yeah, very, very true.
So what I expected as your brother, what I expected as somebody who I know.
That's the other thing. Yeah, he's been acting for a very long time. But if you guys haven't heard Tyrese's music, especially early music, the Black Tie stuff and where he rapping, I don't count that at all. But the dude has classics. For sure has classics.
That you are the biggest R&B fan. You're like, nigga, I think between you and Snoop, the OG big homie Snoop, dog, y'all might be the biggest fucking R&B fans on earth. Like, there is no such thing as hip hop in y'all niggas' car or on your private time, because y'all niggas really, really do this R&B shit for real. So the last thing I love R&B was for Joe to do a podcast and start talking about me on the Breakfast Club. You know, I'm laughing, I'm having fun. I mean, I'm over there with the light-skinned nigga. We didn't pieced up, chopped it up. We had a hard conversation. You know, I was banned from the Breakfast Club. I don't know who banned me, but I was at that motherfucker at 9 o'clock and I ain't get in until 9:30. And we had that conversation and we moved on. But like every time I do anything that's got to do with the Breakfast Club and then attempt to follow the Breakfast Club with Joe, I'm just catching strays. So I'm like, yo, nigga, you got a problem with Envy and Charlemagne? Y'all niggas need to address that shit, bro. Because what the fuck that's got to do with me? And how do I got niggas on your pod who I just met who got my back more than a nigga that I actually know? Papa.
The thing is, even if Joe is your homie, he's already been known to like be shiesty with his peoples. So can it be really surprising? Maybe you shouldn't have that type of faith that Joe is going to be like the friend that you think he should be. Not only that, Joe has really been a content is king type of like personality. He does value the big crash out because he knows it's going to go viral. And if it goes viral, even more money goes into his pockets. So I understand from a business perspective, but like that obviously can't be great for relationships.
Papa Joe. What I'm not going to do is go at Joe. You know why? Because the stage and the platform is too big. I'm just going to say this. Joe, I forgive you. But I'm going to just say a couple things.
Because honestly, we kind of would expect him to like crash off or something like this.
Because I want you to really look at that rope right there. You see that rope?
Smart. This is not so smart, really but the other stuff was smart.
I don't really go at my homies. Like, even the niggas on your pod was like, yo, after I met Tyrese a couple times, I'm good. I don't want to have that conversation. You kept going. You went as far as calling me bitter. You see this hat right here? This is why niggas commit suicide. This is why black men and men in general don't say shit, don't act like nothing is happening, don't act like they feel nothing, ain't going through nothing, ain't carrying nothing. I'm a grown ass man, bro. You could have all the fucking influence in the world. You'll never be able to convince me that I'm bitter. Look up the definition of bitter. Or, if you look at that rope over there, you'll understand that what I'm feeling and what I'm carrying and what I'm processing is some shit you've never experienced before because you've never been married.
No, of course, divorce can't be easy for anybody. Splitting up a family can't be easy for anybody. But many times it's like the best choice, obviously, if like all the attempts to work it out aren't going the way that it should. So yeah, like I don't like you can't judge him for taking the divorce so hard. You can't judge him for not being able to see his kids and him being like depressed about that. I feel like that's something that should normally affect most people. It's how he does it, how he delivers the message. At the end of the day, I don't think people care, but they don't really care. So when you're showing out like that, like you're just opening yourself up to be clowned, man. And that's it. It sucks, but yeah, it's not just like him being vulnerable about it. It's about how he chooses to display that vulnerability. I think that causes like all the backlash and the hate and the jokes and stuff like that. Because I feel like obviously that's affecting him too, like very much so.
Probably been engaged a few times. That knee is getting old, Joe. You ain't gonna be able to keep putting that motherfucking just for men on, nigga, and covering up that shit. I'm 45, nigga. I probably got 2 gray hairs in my goddamn face, and I just do like this with my finger. Boop, and boop. You Papa Joe over there, bro. How long?
Most of this, Joe's had a very stressful life. Like, a lot of it due to his own actions, but yeah, they'll do it to you, bro.
When you been with your girl, that knee, when you gonna pop that knee, nigga, that knee is getting old, nigga. You gotta get down on that knee one last time.
It's been 6-7 years, yeah.
Man, it's cool. We all uploading sexy, voluptuous, better halves. Only reason I ain't went to that other level in mine is because I'm literally still in the middle of a divorce. This nigga just refused it. She let me go, but refused to let me go. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm like, damn, nigga, we had a prenuptial agreement, which means prior to the nuptials, if you leave me or if I leave you, what you get versus what I get or what I keep, because you ain't coming to it with shit but baby hairs. When you leave, what you get out of this has already been established.
Or it's already documented, even though there is times where they contest like the prenuptial agreement as well.
Prior to the nuptials. That's what the fuck a pre-nuptial is. This motherfucker's been after me for 4 goddamn years and refused to move on with her life. Is there a porn star that can run into Samantha to get her to forget about me? Is there somebody out here that could do something to this woman to get her to move the fuck on? Her and her attorney name is Adam Gleckman. Adam Gleckman is the most racist motherfucker to ever wear a suit in a courtroom. Why do I say that? This motherfucker cannot possibly, at this point, be out here trying to figure out legal matters. You are threatened and intimidated by the idea that I am strong, I'm smart, I'm intelligent, and I'm powerful and successful. You are losing your fucking mind every single day over who I am. And I've earned all of this shit, Mr. Adam.
I will say this. I don't think he's dumb. I just think he jumps out the window with his emotions. You don't become this successful for this long of a time without being smart. I don't believe it. You can get lucky a few times, but to have this like long of a career and just to be relevant for this long, there's some type of intelligence there. Maybe the attorney does have a vendetta against him.
Gleckman? At this point, I'm not saying that this is a factual fact. At this point, I believe that white man hates my gut so fucking much. He's encouraging Samantha to stay in it and keep fighting because he's like, listen, look it up. I don't lie on people. This motherfucker testified that since he's been representing Samantha from 4 years ago, this is 3 law firms later, he's only charged her $5,000.
Yo, fam, the reason why he's probably having her fight is because they want the biggest payout possible. Because if he's doing it like that and he's only charged her $5,000 for this much work, then he's getting paid out on the back end. Obviously, he's probably getting a percentage of what the payout's going to be, which I've been involved in the settlement, and some of these attorneys will take 50% of the settlement. So, like, yeah, it's not surprising that the attorney would want to keep fighting just to see if they can get more out of this.
What in the pretty light-skinned baby hair Jesus is going on? Everything that she was supposed to get after she left me was established in the pre-nuptial. You do know what that means, Mr. Gleckman, right? Okay, cool. I'm gonna say this, y'all. Joe, Papa Joe, don't buy no more Cuban links. Busta Rhyme has already won. He's killed everybody in the Cuban link game. We're done with that.
His chain game is crazy. I feel like Busta would literally have like 8 10-pound chains on at once. The dude is a legend when it comes to jewelry, fam.
Joe, I need you to get into your Jay-Z bag. I need you to get into your Red Run bag. I need you to understand that true wealth is marriage. Go ahead and pop down on that old ass knee. And go ahead and...
It is wild that, like, with how wild he's basically saying the divorce is going, that he's telling Joe Budden to get married. That is freaking hilarious.
Take it to that other level. Don't buy no more chains, nigga.
But yeah, with that being said, the right person can obviously come in and scale up what you have.
We not impressed with 50-year-old niggas wearing chains no more, bro. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you ain't... If you let me say this. Rap niggas that are 50 years old, of course you can wear your chains, nigga. That's a life you've earned. But 50 and you ain't married, I don't know. You're making the wrong investment, my brother. You all up in here, you out here trying to compete with these 16-year-old niggas, little Tay-Tay, little Ray. Let that shit go, man.
A big portion of that has to be I wasn't able to afford these type of extravagant things. Now I wear them on a daily. So I understand why Joe would do it, but yeah, you do have to think past that because as fast as it comes, it can go. So it always is good to like solidify like your future, man. Definitely make the smart investments because you could have somebody like Chamillionaire, which you think obviously he fell off, that he'd be done for. The dude is more rich than most of these rappers. The dude invested in tech with the money he gained from rap.
And you over there calling me bitter, and I couldn't help but notice your motherfucking ankles out. Like nigga, your ankles, like you might have some of the like most moistened ankles of any nigga I've ever known in hip hop. You got on some motherfucking Crocs.
The fact that the moist ankles of hip hop is a category is hilarious.
A nigga wearing Crocs can't tell me nothing. Do you know what it is to be married and divorced? You know what it's like to have a whole situation and then wake up one day and it just goes up in smoke? Joe Buttons, I think you need to sit this one out, bro. I think you need to go on and just leave that shit alone. Like, bro, listen, you got a pod. You got to do what you got to do. You got to go ahead and keep them views. You got to keep that, you know what I mean, that deli on. Whatever you got going on, getting that money, you got to keep that moving. But, yo.
Prize picks, fam.
Joe, I think you need to leave this one alone, bro. You don't know nothing about none of this shit, bro. None of it. You hear me? Do what you do, bro. Keep that energy over there. Drop on that old ass knee. Stop covering up Papa Joe. Okay? Your girl is beautiful, man. She deserves that other level. Don't buy her no more shoes with the matching handbags, Joe. We got that. She's fly. You know, you got some beautiful, beautiful energy happening in your relationship. I'm in a situation right now.
It seems like if he feels like his life is ruined, he's trying to ruin Joe's life as well as revenge.
I'd probably be on another level already if my fucking divorce was finalized. But it's been over 4 years and this nigga just won't let me go. I don't know what the fuck is going on. There has to be a porn star, somebody out there in Atlanta that can put the ooh-wop on this motherfucker so that she could just leave me the fuck alone.
Yo, to think that she not smashing right now, nigga, Ludacris, another co-star of Fast and the Furious. But yeah, fam, she most definitely got some dude, fam. Like, that's without being said. Probably living in a spot that you paid for. It's not that. Like, obviously she's not gonna marry the dude because she's making sure she's gonna get the biggest possible bag, which the attorney is gonna make sure that if he's doing all this stuff for like the back end payout, which I'm pretty sure he is. So yeah, bro, like that dude is there, fam. I think that has nothing to do with like the situation that you're going through right now and you're in the divorce proceedings. The dude's been there, fam.
I mean, just move on. You and your white racist lawyer, Adam Gleckman, move on. And Joe, it's time to pop the question, bro. Time to put on that grown man. It's time to get some of that Fat Joe energy. It's time to get some of that, you know what I mean? Come on, man. Joe know the formula. Fat Joe. Your man Drink Champs, he know the formula. Everybody going home.
Well, obviously you're a little more focused when you have a stable relationship because you're not going out trying to figure out who you're going to smash that night or who you're going to try to link up with.
If your wife ever left you, them fucking words about bitter never come out your mouth, bro. You in the wrong motherfucking league right now, Mr. Joe Budden. Stick to talking about all the things you talk about. This is out your league, sir. You want to look up something? You want to look up something, Joe? Since everybody say, yo, leave Reese alone, man. Leave him out of that, man. Let's not bring him in that. No, man. I met Tyrese a couple times, bro. He good people, man. Like I'm not finna be trying to make a mockery of him crying on the Breakfast Club while saying black man cry. First of all, your whole thing is crazy. Why are you watching the Breakfast Club? Don't you got other episodes coming up? Don't you got other guests you should be prepping for? You see that rope, Joe? You see that rope over there? How did you watch the full Breakfast Club interview? Why are you studying? You see that rope?
He more than likely only watched a few clips, whatever clips went viral, honestly.
See what I'm saying? Joe, leave that alone, bro. To all of the married men who have been through a divorce, to all of the married men who have just been through a random, nasty, unexpected breakup, to all of the women who have been through a divorce, a whole family that you've seen yourself doing something for the rest of your life, and then boom, it just went up in smoke.
Yeah, it's gotta be
I'm
terrible.
To them. I can't talk to 50-year-old single niggas. I can't do it. That ain't never went on Google and looked up those words in the Bible that says, for better, for worse, for sickness and health. Till death do us part.
He was trying to look for a cooler way to say it and just landed at the original.
Joe, you ever said those words? Nah. You said I like you. You said I love you. You said I'm in love with you. You said, will you marry me? But you ain't never went to that other level, Joe.
Well, to his credit, he got turned down. Yeah, fam. Obviously, divorce is nothing to play with. Financially, emotionally, like, dude, it's got to be so taxing. It does look like this whole situation has definitely had a huge effect on Tyrese. He definitely feels hurt that Joe is like giving him shit, calling him bitter. But what more do you expect from somebody like Joe? He does this to all his like friends, his close friends. And I don't think he's like a friend to Tyrese. It's more like an associate. Divorces are tough, obviously, and it's affecting Tyrese. And the more it goes on, the more it's going to affect him. Joe really hasn't been the most successful in relationships. He's been dating his current girl for the last 6 or 7 years, but before that, it hasn't really looked so great, especially the aftermath of the relationships. There's a reason why anytime Joe speaks on other people's like abuse, like, dude, we here to hear you. We hear like all these other people come out and basically say that you weren't any better. But I also do find it weird that like Tyrese can't see that Joe really isn't your friend, and he is like, dude, he's the type of person where their motto is content is king. So if having like a fight with Ish on camera is gonna do monster numbers, he's gonna do it just cause. And who knows what happens off the camera, off screen. At the end of the day, you gotta know what Joe Budden is and what he does and how he's built what he has now. It's all off the backs of situations like this. So I don't think that's gonna change. Like, fam, I'm all about being vulnerable and stuff like that. And if you want to get something off your chest, get it off your chest. But once you put stuff like that out there, it's gonna be up for criticism, whether good or bad. It's just like part of what comes with like putting any of your public business out there. That's why I feel like, yo, dude, keep as much of this stuff private. It's already a court case. Like, people are gonna be able to find out details about it. You don't gotta add any more to it. I know it's not good for the kids, obviously, to see your dad in these situations and see how it affects them. Like, dude, this is like, that could be traumatizing. I definitely feel for him because, like I keep saying, it obviously is a huge shift in somebody's life. But like, bro, you're giving everybody the ammunition yourself. Definitely let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you guys think that Joe is right for like basically speaking on divorce, or do you think, like I do, it's just par for course and this is what he does, fam? I commend Tyrese on not like wilding out and screaming, but like, he looks like a man that's like, yo, tired of people giving him shit. So yeah, definitely let me know in the comments what you guys think. Definitely hit the like and subscribe button, guys. It does the channel wonders. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are amazing. The channel is doing super, super dope. We just had a video due, I think it's at 28K now, so that's freaking awesome. Yeah, let's keep the momentum going. So I hope you guys love the video, and I hope to see you guys soon.